I want to be very transparent about this and also answer a comment someone left. And I'll address that later in the video. But I never really went anywhere with my music career. It's not necessarily anyone's fault. I went through every hoop. Like, I had a manager, I had a marketing team, which is how I got those interviews in the past, and a bunch of playlisting for my old songs. And I did see money coming in, and I had a lot of fun. Really, I did. Sometimes I still think about it. I think it's very difficult for me to detach from something that happened in the past that I wrote my songs about. I was in a really bad place, and a lot of these songs, my ex played a huge part in reviewing and listening to some of these. Sleepless Hours, Dark Sky Heaven, like so many of these songs I put out there, it can sound high energy, the music, but the lyrical content was about something I don't want to revisit. I'm just not in the same space anymore. This is the thing about hobbies or doing anything creative. Sometimes something was easier for you to do, or rather, you have so many memories attached to it that you just weren't in the best stage of your life at that time, or you were just in a way different place, you know. And it's difficult to detach or separate it from what's going on now. I'm sure you can all could think about something in the past that you just don't want to get back into because you realize what motivated you to invest your time or energy into it, or even money. To be blunt about my lack of success, I don't think I had the true will to, I guess, truly want it as much as I wanted to express myself through it. Like, I cared more about what I was going through internally rather than the success of my work, rather than the quality of it, rather than the markability of it. I forced a lot of things to work when in reality, I was more selfish about my state of mind rather than the success I didn't even feel myself worthy to have, because in that time period of my life, I didn't really feel worthy of anything. So even though I didn't succeed, I didn't feel like I failed. I think I learned that I was selfish and aggressive in what I wanted to work. I found success in many other avenues in my life that isn't music related, and I'm proud of myself for pushing through diversity and teaching moments when things were very difficult for me. Ultimately, this is why I stopped making music. So the comment someone left was about this. Aku, I just wanted to ask if you have or ever done a video about the mindset or goals to approach to make it in music. Well, I never made it in music, so I can't speak on this. And I did have a little run, I think, about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I had like a little run. Some of you guys probably remember, like, my Spotify numbers were high for my indie level standards. Views were going crazy for the music videos, etc., etc. Everything was pretty good, and I think I leveraged my YouTube audience for that. When I put my songs on the outro, it was the easy way to get people to listen to my music. It may look like I made it in music because some of my songs have a lot of streams, or my videos have a lot of views with the songs in there, right? The music videos. Truth be told, I spent a lot of money on YouTube ads to get my music out there. And YouTube ads cost a lot of money, a lot. And YouTube ads, they count as views. So that's how you get what I'm saying. So when it looks like it has a lot of views, I put YouTube ads out. I ran up a credit card. It was a lot of money. You know, same with Spotify. I paid numerous people for playlisting. I'm going to give some advice here about this too. I think this was a really bad mistake because despite my research, people would playlist your music, then bought the songs to make it look like you had a good return on investment paying for the playlisting. Eventually, Spotify cracked down on that and removed a bunch of songs that were out there because these guys were doing this. Look, I would use Chartmetric and other analytical tools to assure playlists were legitimate, and even the quote legitimate looking playlists that had very consistent numbers, it just looked like they were for real. They were botting stuff. Like, and then that's why Spotify, they took a lot of songs down because that's what happened, you know. Like, I paid TikTokers rather to make videos to promote my music or use the music as their sound, right? I forgot how the word is. All this is very expensive. So maybe the success you see from me is because I put money down, which is what record labels are supposed to do. But I wasn't signed to one, so I had to do the business myself. I guess it worked, right? You can say that. I mean, I would say it did. Rather, it did work. But I'm not rich. I get money, but I definitely don't have money to keep spending on promo and marketing like that. You know what I'm saying? And the manager thing that I mentioned before, that was also difficult for me to manage my budget with, because obviously people who work on a team with you, like a manager, will take a cut of how much you make. Also, I had a little issue with performance. We had consistent conversations about me doing shows in Brooklyn, Long Island, Queens. We're talking about one in Connecticut. He had connections. So, hey, imagine me performing some of my songs. And that's the thing. Imagine me performing some of my songs. Let's be for real. None of my songs are reasonable to be performed. Like, hey, I'm telling myself the harsh truth. And some of you guys may disagree. Maybe Rose Gold in Paris Town is like, even Utopia. I think Rose Gold in Paris Town and Utopia are easy songs to perform. But the rest of these songs, none of my songs, like, this is not going to raise the energy in the club, a bar, a lounge. Ain't nobody trying to listen to this stuff in a public venue. You get what I'm saying? And this is what I mean earlier about I was more selfish about my state of mind rather than transmuting that into the craft. I could have made a lot more songs that were more friendly, more subtle, more pop-like, more friendly for venues, right? But I was being stubborn about it, and I just wanted to share how I felt in a musical form. And this dude found booking me to be very difficult. It made my promotion difficult. Like, look, I like some of my songs, right? I think some of my songs are pretty good. I think they're pretty cool, but it's a very specific niche. And I wasn't interested in playing the game like it was meant to be played. I wanted to be heard in its own way. Now, is that wrong? No. Is that impossible? No. A lot of new sounds just come out of nowhere, right? You know, a lot of people, they have their own sound and it gets popular. So it's not impossible, but I definitely could have been less selfish with my work, less occupied with my emotions, less attached to the message, and more about letting you guys feel. Because that's what music does. It touches someone's emotions. It touches the heart. It invokes a state of mind that sometimes your brain can't even understand. That's my mistake. I wasn't interested in that. I was interested in me. I just wanted to talk about my situations, my problems, and where I was mentally at the time. Forget all this other stuff about emotions and feelings and making you guys enjoy something. Bro, it was selfish. And now looking back on my music, I just can't resonate with it anymore. It's not relatable anymore. I don't care about Samantha. I mean, I care about her as a person, but I don't even want to entertain the past or thoughts about her. I don't want to think about my dark places anymore. If I were to make music again, it would sound nothing like it is now. Like literally nothing. Where I'm at right now in life and how much has changed for the positive, it would sound nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? But nothing sparks my motivation to do so. And right now, like I said earlier in this video, I'm still detaching from what that hobby used to mean to me. You know, I can't just hop back into music because now I'm just going to constantly think about what it meant. I'm still recovering from everything, you know, like I can't, life just, you know what I'm saying? It takes a while to reprogram the brain. It takes a while to detach from things that meant a lot to you at one point or what you associated with. I hope this makes sense, or at least is relatable to some of you guys listening or watching because of your past, right? And you just growing and evolving. Things change. Things lose interest to you. Things don't mean the same anymore. And time just progresses and you pick up new things or you just move on from something. And it's hard for you to get back into that old thing in the past. I mean, if that's something, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, just a personal lore video today, and I hope it was insightful anyway, because I think there was a lot of important things I said in this video that is something to think about for things that you feel you want to be creative in, but you want to push it out there at the same time. Just remember, don't be selfish with what you want to say and what you want others to hear too. And be considerate about, this is what I mean about, I already said don't be selfish, but be considerate about how this can work in a appropriate setting, right? I don't know how to word it. I'm sure you guys get it though. I love you all. I'm out.